Welcome back to Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier, sponsored by Four Paws Restaurant, the iconic fine dining restaurant in St. Paul, Minnesota, in a beautifully restored mansion built in 1870, and with wonderful food, professional attentive service, and an improving, evolving wine program, I hope, since I'm the sommelier. I have been for 3 weeks now. It's interesting that I started my career at a restaurant in Julian's, which it's called Julian's in Nashville, which was a beautifully restored home that was reportedly haunted. Um, and now I'm going to finish my career in a restaurant in a beautifully restored home in St. Paul, Minnesota, which is reputed to also be haunted. And the restaurants are very similar in style, although Julian's, the first one, was much more formal. Um, I always love sharing news with you about special wines that I taste, special affordable wines that I taste. Last night I opened a 2021 Trenel Morgon Cote. I think that I've said this before, Beaujolais is the most underappreciated wine region in the world. I feel strongly. As a result of Beaujolais Nouveau, which is barely qualifies as wine and certainly doesn't qualify as very enjoyable wine, in my opinion. And Duboeuf Beaujolais Village and Jadot Beaujolais Village, which there are, okay wines, but certainly not very interesting or exciting, at least in any vintage that I've tasted. Beaujolais is kind of, the reputation is kind of tarnished because of that's what when you mention Beaujolais, that's what the average person thinks of, or is the wine that the average person has actually tasted. But the truth is that the Beaujolais from the 10 villages that are qualified to be called Cru Beaujolais, uh, like Fleury, Chenin, Brouilly, Cote de Brouilly, Morgon, Moulin-Avant, Cherouble, Saint-Amour, and I'm sure I've left one or two out, but Renier, which is the most recent one. Um, there are 10 of them. If you need me to, sometime I'll list all 10. I just wasn't counting just then. I don't know how many I listed. But the wines from those villages that are called Cru Beaujolais, they're a very different animal from Beaujolais Nouveau or Beaujolais Village. The truth is that the terroir in Beaujolais, which is the very far north southern part of Burgundy, is more similar to the northern part of the Rhone Valley than it is to the rest of Burgundy. The soil is granitic, and as a result, the grape is in Beaujolais is not Pinot Noir as it is, red grape is not Pinot Noir as it is in the rest of Burgundy. It's actually a grape called Gamay. And Beaujolais and Gamay kind of have this tarnished reputation, as I said, as being wimpy, light, boring, not interesting, um, wines that don't command your attention. But the Cru Beaujolais from top producers and good vintages are wonderful, wonderful wines, and they age a long time. Morgon, Brouilly, and Moulin Avant are serious wines. They are not light. They are not wimpy. They are not, well, none of the Cru Beaujolais is, but those three are, they're more like medium bodied to full bodied, and they age for a long time. I've tasted Moulin Avant that was 30 years old. That was glorious. So this Cote de Brie, I'm sorry, Morgon Cote de P, 2021 from Trenel, is a fantastic wine. You should be able to find it for $30 or $35. And relative to what $35 gets you in the rest of Burgundy, this wine's free because really are no wines from Burgundy that are red wines from Burgundy that are 30 to $35 that you would much want to drink. This wine, as I said, it's medium body plus. It's got like cranberries and pomegranate and dark red fruits and this minerality that comes in through from the granitic soil with some enhancing salinity that adds a lot to the wine. It's very floral with lilac specifically. It's rich on the palate. It has that peacock's tail thing that you love in wines from Burgundy, where the the flavor and aroma of the wine fans out like a peacock's tail in your mouth, and it's got a long, lovely finish. Um, I braised some beef short ribs last night in red wine with mushrooms and shallots, and braised it at a low temperature for a long time, about 3 hours. Served it on some Texmati wild rice, brown Texmati rice, with the sauce. Reduced the sauce a little bit, and served this Trenel Morgon Cote. That's spelled Cotedepy, Cote, with it, and it was just absolutely marvelous. I didn't drink the whole bottle. I know it's going to be even better tonight. Stick the cork back in it, leave it in my wine cellar where it's cool. It's going to be even better tonight. So look for this wine. It's way over delivers at its price point, and don't give up on Beaujolais. Look for crude Beaujolais, the wines that are named for the 10 villages that qualify: Chenas, Cherouble, Saint Amour, Moulin Avant, Morgon, Brouilly, Cote de Brouilly, Renier. I don't know which one I've left out, but I'm sure I've left one out. Hmm. There's the one I always leave out. Well, I know as soon as I log off, I'm going to remember it. You can Google it. 10 Cruise of Beaujolais. Um, a funny story. When I took the Master Sommelier exam in 1988, I think, we all knew that this was going to be one of the questions on the Master Sommelier exam on Friday. And so we all knew the cruise of Beaujolais. It wouldn't be one of the questions now. It's a lot, it wouldn't be a tough enough question now to be on the final exam for the Master Sommelier. But back then, it was so Eurocentric, and the exam was so concentrated on European wines. And um, I think the exam wasn't, it's harder now than it was then. But anyway, we knew this was going to be one of the questions. And all of us who took the exam that Friday, I think there were 11 that finished the course, that didn't quit halfway through the course out of the 20 that started it, um, because it wasn't fun. um, Knew that this was going to be one of the questions. We could have answered this question standing on our head in 4 different languages, frontwards and backwards. Um, if 11 of us got the question, took the exam, 10 of us got the answer wrong. One of us, Larry Stone, got the question right because he knew that Renier had been named a Cru Beaujolais that day, the day of the test. The rest of us didn't know. That's the reason Larry Stone passed the Master Sommelier exam. Out of the 11, I think, of us that actually took the test, Larry was the only one that passed the test because he got that question right. The rest of us got it wrong. Well, he actually passed the test because he's a genius. But he was easily the best of us. I mean, there was no comparing. We knew 15 minutes into the first class on Monday morning that he was going to be the one guy that had a chance to pass the test on Friday, because he was head and shoulders the best of us. He's a really great guy too. I think he's the smartest person I've ever known. Anyway, look for Trenel, Trenel, Brouilly Cote 2021. It's a fantastic wine. You should be able to find it for $30 or $35, and it way over delivers at that price point. And the recipe for the beef short ribs is just that simple. But if you want, you can contact me and I'll give you the recipe. They were delicious. Thank you for tuning in to Adventures Black Belt Sommelier. If you're ever in the Twin Cities, please come by and see me, have a glass of wine, or have dinner at Four Paws. You'll be glad you did. It's a really, really fantastic restaurant.